All right, quick update here. Sorry, I haven't got my setup sorted in Thailand yet, but figured it's a pretty good time for an update. Because basically we are sitting right on the top of the bear flag. So this is the bear flag that was set up a couple of weeks ago, and just been bouncing. Didn't sort of hit the bottom of this one like I thought it might, obviously in these lifelines, but I also didn't think it'd get to the top there either. So it is showing some strength, more strength than what I originally expected. And Bitcoin, now that it's hit that and rejected, I'm not getting a massive rejection out of this. There's still a lot of liquidity that is left behind here that we could come back in and sort of try again. Like a pullback after this sort of leg up, a pullback into these levels here, sort of 86 or so could happen. But for the time being on the 1 hour, we haven't actually even closed sort of below the 13 or even the 9 EMA. I think that's, the 9 or the 13. So at the moment, it's still bullish postured. I do think it's going to get some resistance here because there is just so much resistance at that level. It is a volume node as well, so there's a fair bit of volume that was traded through this region. So even a move back into the bottom of this bear flag, I still think stocks may sort of have another couple of days down as well, particularly into that April 2nd with the tariffs and stuff like that coming in. It could be a buy the event thing, sell the news by the event. In which case I wouldn't expect Bitcoin to really break through here, but at the moment it is showing reasonable strength, and you kind of want to see Bitcoin just gradually increasing and gradually building up and out of key areas, especially of major lows. Does it do it here? I don't know. That's actually this little bounce here off the top of this channel. That this was the big channel that we've been looking at for ages. This is a major channel. If we can break and hold above that, which we haven't been able to do for ages, like since mid-Feb, and even then it was a lot of sideways above it. If we can break back above that, that's a really good sign. I would expect the next stop to basically be the value area low here, and that would pick up some vector candles in this region and just be generally a pretty good place for Bitcoin to probably take a rest, and then potentially come back into this trend line here. If we don't hold this level, then this starts to become a potential reality. We don't have to get a massive move like this, though. Like, liquidity is going to be slow back into the markets. Bitcoin's already got some decent inflows into ETFs so far, so there is some support here. Like, there is some strength being shown here. The other thing that I am kind of finding quite bullish is the fact that we actually broke through this bull market support line, and this is sort of the first time we've really broken above it with some consistency since we closed below here. So we are coming up to what I would call the top of the bear flag based on this particular total versus stable coins. So we're still not quite there yet, but the fact that we've got a little bit to go, that could actually see us break through the Bitcoin chart resistance. I'd still expect it to come down and retest this bull market support line. Again, it's a region, not a line, but I wouldn't consider this breakout. I wouldn't consider this being a retest of anything at the moment. So this has been an interesting one to watch. It did get a bit of a pause around that bull market support line as it broke through. A little bit of retest on the 1 hour, but realistically, you're going to want to retest on the daily to actually, you're going to want to retest on the daily and then a daily closure above wherever we close today, essentially. That's kind of what you're looking for. If we look at it on the daily, sorry, just on my laptop without my mouse. So daily close above here would be handy. Pull back into this region, and then a closure back above wherever we finish the high today would be bullish. Closures back below this line and particularly below the bottom of this bear flag, and then you're going to start seeing a fair bit of downside. The one thing was, though, and I mentioned this to the guys in the Datapedia Discord and Origin Discords, this was a really strong break. So we actually cleared the horizontal level, which was a strong horizontal level. We cleared this downward trend line, and we retested both really on that same move, and then we moved away. And this here was just a liquidity hunt, grabbed some liquidity that came into the charts when this candle was going nuts. Those guys got wiped out, and it just kept going straight up. So good move so far. We could go a little bit higher. I would like to see a bit more of a retest, though. This is such a critical level. You want to see a retest of it, or two strong candle closes above it to really confirm that the breakout's real. That's kind of what I'm looking for. It's as simple as that. These are the two charts that I'm focused on. The interesting thing was, though, that we hit the key resistance on Bitcoin before we really hit the key resistance on the bear flag here. And after we'd broken this this trend line here, which this white trend line was actually picking up all the highs, all the little spike highs ever, all the way back to the all-time high of Bitcoin. So the fact that we've broken that and broken it so strongly at the moment, that is actually quite bullish. And so it's all playing in with that theory that I've had for the last week or two, that after looking at sort of the dot-com boom and some of the things that happened around then, we could have just had the first warning shot across the bow. So big drop, but then you get a recovery. You maybe make a couple of new all-time highs, but you generally get 6 months of chop, sort of sideways, a little bit of up. And then the real drop starts. And it kind of looks like that might be the case, but it's early. It'll rhyme with something. People will come out after the fact and go, "Oh, it was just like this. Told you so." There's going to be people everywhere that have different theories as to what's happening and why. I'm just going to try and look at the charts. It's handy looking at history just to see if there is anything that's similar to go off. But at the moment, we're still above those key moving averages. The hourly and the 15-minute is still sort of the main charts I'm watching at the moment, just because they're pretty good at defining these key levels at the moment. So yeah, that's about it. Watch out for a little bit of a pullback today on stocks as well. And yeah, catch you later.